I made a kombucha rainbow. When I was first learning how to make kombucha and how to flavor my kombucha, I fell in love with the way natural flavorings would turn the kombucha different colors. It was always a surprise. Sometimes the fruit would make the brew really colorful, sometimes it wouldn't impart much color at all, but I decided to give myself a little project of creating an entire rainbow using natural flavors. So I'm going to tell you today the various flavor combinations that I used to make this rainbow and which one was the hardest. But I'm going to start by pouring myself a glass. So this is a batch of hop kombucha that I made a couple of weeks ago. It's using a new type of hop, Mosaic I think. I haven't tried it before, but isn't that carbonation amazing? Let's give it a go. Man, that's good. A little tart. You can taste the hops. Yep, that's a winner for sure. All right, now that I've got this delicious kombucha to enjoy, I'm gonna tell you about my rainbow. So I'm gonna start with the bottle on the left-hand side. This bottle is made with butterfly pea flower tea as the base. If you watch my videos in the past, I usually recommend using black or green tea. You can experiment with some other types of tea. Butterfly pea flower is one of them. One of the cool things about this tea is that it is such a vibrant blue when you brew it. However, once you add anything acidic, it actually turns quite purple. So the base of this tea is pretty purple, as you can see. The things I added to this one are actually French oak, fig, blueberry, and maple. I was trying to make a wine-inspired kombucha. Didn't quite taste like wine, but you definitely got some of those cool flavors. French oak was an interesting thing to put in my kombucha. I've only tried it that one time, probably want to try it again before recommending it, but it did produce this nice color. The second bottle is made with just black tea and then plum and fig. The third bottle is made with strawberry and hibiscus. I've come to find that I don't really enjoy strawberry kombucha that much when I make it at home. It creates kind of a unique and weird flavor. Not bad, just not my preference. It's so good. All right, so the fourth bottle here was my beginning of my experiment with making hop kombucha. It was about the same time that I was making wine kombucha. I had actually purchased the oak barrel chips at a homebrewing store, and so while I was there, I also picked up some dry hops. So this fourth bottle here, I combined hops, pineapple, and raspberry to create that color. The fifth one is also a hop batch, and this was using hops and nectarines. The sixth bottle is mango and pineapple, which I made using frozen mangoes and pineapple chunks. The seventh bottle here is lemon, ginger, and turmeric, which I made because my brother is a big fan of those flavors, so shout out to Nate. Now the eighth bottle here is where things start to get a little hard. Green and blue. The eighth bottle actually is a combination of spinach, green apples, green grapes, and ginger. And you can barely tell that this bottle is green at all. The picture doesn't really quite come through. However, the next bottle is the same combination, but I also added green spirulina. Now, I had to do some research beyond my own kitchen to figure out how I was going to get that color. Spirulina powder is something you can find at a health food store. I'd never heard of it, but it is natural, so I decided that it was okay for my experiment. So the 10th bottle here was the hardest one, and that is the blue. I tried to extract blue flavors from blueberries. I combined different fruits, but nothing was producing a blue-like color. Anything was turning purple or red in many cases. So I got my inspiration for this one from the GT's 25th anniversary brew, which uses blue spirulina. So as you noticed from the last batch, I bought green spirulina thinking that it was actually going to be blue spirulina. I was wrong. So I'm a little ashamed to admit this, but my blue spirulina is a bit of a cheat. I'd already bought a bottle of green spirulina. It was a little bit expensive, couldn't exchange it, I had used it already, and I didn't want to buy another huge thing of blue spirulina, and I couldn't find it anywhere in the local area. So I ended up letting a bottle of GT's anniversary brew sit for a couple of weeks, let all the flavors settle down at the bottom. I poured off the brew and then used the spirulina from that bottle to make my own blue. I know, it's kind of cheating. Of course, I also added ginger and some of my own flavors to make it personal. but I didn't want to buy another bottle of blue spirulina, so that was definitely the hardest, but the color ended up beautiful, and it actually tastes pretty good. So my 11th and final bottle in my rainbow is another one using butterfly pea flower tea, and it's just a combination of plum and peach. So those are the flavor combinations I use to make my kombucha rainbow. I hope you enjoyed these pretty photos and learning about some of my flavoring journey. I've also made a video about how to make kombucha, as well as an intro to flavoring and carbonating. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Please give me a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.